Welcome back for another Game News Weekly, week 4 of March. We have some exciting news for you guys, so stay tuned. Starting off with one of my favorite games as of right now, Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is none less competitive at all. Despite what it is, hackers have already shown up after just a week after release. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because we were playing the other night, and we came across a very overpowered pirate shooting cannonballs rapidly, and his health was much greater than ours. I might add, it seems this was already very common. Sea of Thieves does not exactly strike me as a game where cheaters would be willing to spend time and money in order to gain an unfair advantage over others. Yes, PvP makes a significant part of experience, but losing a fight is not as big as a deal as it is in other persistent games. Yet somehow hackers found a ways to break the game and ruin others' fun, likely because they could. Yes, hacking in games is bad, but it's worse where hacking doesn't benefit these cheaters. It's just selfish and useless to do in a game like Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is all about progressing and having fun with your crew in an odd time PvP. I hope the devs take care of these problems very soon. In other news, PubG Mobile is being overrun with keyboard warriors. It was discovered shortly after release of the mobile version of the game that you can use a mouse and keyboard to play the mobile version, giving you an overwhelming advantage over the people who prefer to use mice. Using a Chromebook and installing the app or using an emulator on the PC, you can access the game through PC and maybe get a handful of wins. I wouldn't say it's as satisfying of winning on a PC or Xbox, but if you're rusty and need a quick win, this might be a thing for you, if you're into that kind of stuff. Questioning whether or not this should be considered as cheating, but it doesn't appear that there have been any sorts of bans, warnings, or restrictions on the mouse use. It's certainly unfair, but it isn't technically against the rules. In theory, solid matchmaking could alleviate the problem somewhat by ensuring the most effective players, the likeliness mouse users, are playing together. But it won't be a 100% solution. Cheaters have been an unfortunate part of the PUBG experience for a long while, but now you don't even have to break the rules for an unfair advantage if you hunt for a chicken dinner. More from PUBG, a new map will be arriving to test servers on April 2nd, 1900 PDT time and 2300 EDT time, or April 3rd at 2 o'clock GMT. The test will run until April the 5th. This new update will fix matchmaking for people with lower pings set for priority first for matches. Other fixes will include tuning some mirror fences into unbreakable walls and cutting off vision into the plane during the initial ride. Hopefully more bugs and fixes to the game will be addressed and looked after as well. In other news, a Fortnite player has discovered a hidden vending machine that grants players with ammo and weapons via a certain amount of wood blocks. Most players would be able to afford it. It seems as this vending machine is here to stay, due to it not being found till now if the patch was released with a vending machine or older patches to the game or not. In other news, it seems Todd Howard, the face of Bethesda Game Studios, in an interview was asked if his kids interfere with his work, and Howard said he loves to spend time with his kids and explains what the games he's working on, but no details. He also said his kids love Skyrim and is constantly asked about different things to Skyrim. Then the conversation led to Elder Scrolls 6, and according to Todd Howard, even his kids don't know a thing about the next Elder Scrolls game. It shows you how tight things are around the studio. Hopefully soon we'll see a new Elder Scrolls game. And finally, Red Faction Guerrilla is getting a remaster. Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition will include fully reworked graphics, improved shadowed rendering, improved lighting, reworked shaders, and post-processing, in addition of native 4K support. For those who haven't played Red Faction Guerrilla, the open-world sci-fi shooter takes place 50 years after the events of the original Red Faction. You take on the role of an insurgent fighter in the newly re-established Red Faction movement as they battle for liberation for the oppressive Earth Defense Force. Red Faction Guerrilla's Remastered Edition will feature the same level of mindless demolition we loved in the original. However, if you want to do the game's new justice, you can utilize guerrilla warfare and strategic tactics to attack EDF strongholds and permanently alter the game's environment. The remaster is due to release Q2 of 2018. That's it for this week's game news. I'm Dragon, thanks for watching, and you can catch us next week for more game news right here on Game Fuel.